Welcome back to another episode with Pixelweb. In today's episode, I'm going to introduce you to the Genesis framework and one of their child themes called Infinity Pro. If you haven't heard of the Genesis framework or StudioPress, it is one of the premier theme frameworks used for WordPress. As you can see here, it's used by over 194,500 website owners that currently use StudioPress. Alright, so this is for people who are looking to create a brand new site or looking to change the theme of their site to a StudioPress Genesis framework and child theme. Alright, so if we're looking here and you go to the shop for themes, we're going to see the framework here, and then you see the Infinity Pro theme. This is the one we're going to be looking at today. Alright, so if you see here that you can purchase it as a bundle with the theme framework and the child theme for $130. If you go down, you'll see some of the options that it has available. Theme options, theme customizer, customizable header, eCommerce, widget areas, has 13 different widget areas. It's mobile responsive. And these are some of the features it has over here as well. Okay. Alright, so now if you decide to buy it, this is what the demo theme looks like. Alright, so it's a good looking theme. It has a fixed menu bar on top. Has a full width featured image on the front page. Another featured image. And then it shows some of its features here in this type of layout. If you're working in a team, this is how it would display the team information. And you see it has some social media icons on the bottom. Alright, so it has some samples. Sample of an author page. This is how an author page would look. Blog post. Okay, looks good. And then it has a bunch of different other pages as well. It has a landing page. This is the contact page right here. A landing page design. And then it also has a lead capture page. Okay. In terms of layout, it has the content and sidebar, which is what we saw with the blog post. Has a sidebar on the left and then the content on the right. And then it has the full width layout option, which is nice and clean. For the team, this is great if you're working in an agency or in a company and you want to display your team members. This is how it displays the team members. And then this is good for e-commerce as well. It has built-in support for WooCommerce, which is one of the most popular e-commerce solutions. So it shows you how you can display your items for sale in this manner. Then this is the journal page, which would be the blog page. Then it also has a off-screen content area here where they have an email newsletter sign-up form, which is pretty cool. Alright, so it's a good looking theme. Let's see how it handles responsiveness. We're going to change the screen size. Alright, so see, it reflows nicely, has a nice mobile responsive menu. Everything seems to work very well. Nice and clean design. Alright, so let's say you buy the theme. What next? You buy it, you upload it, and then your website looks like this. Well, wait a minute, how do I get it set up? They do provide a significant amount of documentation when you do buy the theme from StudioPress on how to set up the child theme. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to set it up in a video format to help you along the way. Alright, so to get started, we're going to go into our dashboard. And then we're going to, I'm going to dismiss this notification here. In the appearance themes, you want to make sure you have the Genesis framework installed but not active. You don't want to activate the framework. It just needs to be there so that way the child theme, which is dependent on the framework, can function. So this is the parent and child relationship that theme frameworks depend on. So the Genesis framework has to be installed first, and then you go ahead and install and activate the child theme. Okay, so that's the first step. Now we're going to go on to customizing the theme to make it look the way you want it to look. So there's a couple of ways to get to the theme customizer. Let's say you're in the front part of your website. You can click on where it says customize here, this customize link, and it will take you to the theme customizer. Another way to get there, we're going to X out of here. We're going to go to the dashboard, go to appearance and customize, and it'll take you to the same location. So that is how to get to the customizer area. So the first thing we're going to look at is the site identity. This is where you put in your site title, that's right here, and your tagline that would be featured or not. If you want to upload a site icon, it would have to be 512 pixels, and the site icon is what will be displayed on top of the tab of your browser menu. You see here has the Genesis framework site icon. This one has the StudioPress site icon, and this one just has a regular page. So you can do that here. And then if you want to go to front page background images, this is some of the information it provides for you. So it's telling you that the default image sizes are 1600 pixels wide and 1000 pixels tall. So if you want to change those images, is featured section 1, 3, 5, and 7. You would just go and click on the change image here. So if you don't have anything uploaded into your media file, you can select files to upload here, or you can just click on here as well. So just click on select files. Once you click on the select files, it'll bring up your computer folders, and I just already navigated to my downloads folders. I got some images from pexels.com, which is a website that you can get free images to use on your personal and commercial projects without paying for them and with no attribution required. It's completely free for you to use. All right, so remember it says you needed to have an image of the dimensions of 1600 pixels wide and 1000 pixels in terms of height. So I'm going to pick this first one here. I'm going to open it. And then I'm going to choose the image. You would want to make sure that you have the proper title and the alt text, which is important for SEO. And if you want to put a description, you can put a description there. Since this is just a demo, I'm just going to copy the default information that came with the image itself. So choose image. And now we'll move on to featured section 3 image. We'll go to change image. We're going to go to upload files. And again, we'll just click on the select files. I'll select this file here, which is also the same size, 1600 pixels wide and 1000 pixels in terms of height. Open. And just do the same in terms of the title, alt text, and description. Choose image. Okay. So now we have 2 more pictures we're going to bring in. I'm going to speed through this process just to, make it go faster. But basically it's just uploading images that are 1600 pixels wide and 1000 pixels in terms of height. So when I return, these will already be imported. Once you're done importing the images that you want to use, you can click on Save and Publish. And then click on the X. I'm going to jump into the Appearance and the Widgets section, and I'm going to set up these widgets here first. I'm going a little bit off the documentation page just because I want to get these widget areas configured for the front page. So in order to do that, we're going to go to into the back end appearance and widgets, and it'll take you to this screen right here. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put a text widget inside of the front page 1 area here. So you can click on text, click on front page 1, add widget. So here we're going to put in the title, which is stylish and modern. So that will be the title for this widget. And then in this section here in the content area, I'm going to take a code snippet that I have and I'm going to paste it here, and then I'll walk you through exactly what it does. So here I'll just paste. I'm putting in the content. So just as the demo content here says New York, Paris, London, I'm putting that here as well. So New York, Paris, London. And then make sure to click here, automatically add paragraphs. Click on save. Now let's see what that did for our front page. Okay, so as you can see, we're getting somewhere. Alright, so we have our big featured image, which is the 1600 pixels wide, 1000 pixels in terms of height. And then we have here the title and then the information. And then this button here will take us to the next section. So we're going to go back to widgets. I'm going to show you. This is an anchor element. It's HTML with a class of button. And then this is the href. And then this hashtag here, front page -2, will end up taking, when a person clicks on it, will take a person to the second location on the front page to start your journey. Alright, so that's for that one. Now we're going to go on to the front page 2 widget area right here, which is also going to be a text widget. So here I'm going to show you could also just drag the text widget straight there, and then we're going to give this one a title of Our Ethos. And then for the content area, I'm going to copy and paste again, and then I'll walk you through what it does. Alright, so I'm pasting the information here, and then I'm going to make sure again to put automatically add paragraphs. Now, this is italics. It's HTML again, and we're putting in some content here, and this will italicize it. And then we'll have another link button that'll, when a person clicks it, will take them to the third section of the front page, what we believe. Alright, so we'll save that, and we'll see what the changes are like in the front page. So you see that here. Now if a person clicks Start Your Journey, it brings them down to this section. You see how that works, right? And then we haven't set up the third widget area yet, but once that's set up and a person clicks on here, it'll take them to that section. So we're going to go back to the dashboard to widgets, and we're going to set up the third front page area. So in the third front page area right here, we're going to drag a text widget. We're going to put in a title. And then here I'm going to paste in the code snippet, and I'll tell you what that one does. It's pretty much the same as the other text widgets we created. So we have, I'm going to click on automatically add paragraphs. We have here the italicized content, HTML, opening and closing tags. And then we have the link button here as well to view theme features. We'll save that. Go back to our front page. And now you see we have this as we anticipated before. And if we see here now, if we click on the what we believe button, it takes us to the third section where it displays the information italicized. And then this button here will create that section in the next text widget. We're going to go back to the dashboard into the widgets area. And this is going to be for front page 4. Alright, so here in the front page 4, we're going to be using 7 text widgets. So we'll do the first one. And we're going to give this one a title. We're going to call it features. And then in the content area, we're going to put in some basic content for now. Paste. And then automatically add paragraphs and save. So that's the first one. We're going to close that one up. I'm going to drag in another one. Make sure it's underneath the one that says features. So for this one, we're going to put in another title. Actually, after looking at the demo content, they don't have a title for these secondary ones. So we're going to leave those empty. We do have the title for the first one here in front page 4. But for these, we're going to leave them blank. And we're just going to add some content into this area here. Alright, so I'm going to paste a code snippet. And right here, what I'm doing is we're putting in, let me zoom in a little bit, a div. This is all HTML. We're putting in a div with a class of content-box. Then we're putting in the I class, and then we're putting the icon. And this is the icon it's using. Then we're putting in H4, heading 4, mobile responsive. And don't forget to open and close your tags. And then we're putting in a paragraph here. Your website will look amazing on desktop and devices such as the iPad and iPhone. And we're closing our paragraph tag. This is our closing div for up here. So you see the I tag opens up over here. This is the icon tag and closes here. And then the H4 closes there. Paragraph closes there. And the div. Then if you want, you can add the paragraphs if you want. We'll save that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other widgets in this section. So I'm going to go ahead and speed through the process here just so we can speed up the tutorial. Again, we have our opening and closing div, our information in the middle, just like in the first one. We'll save. We put in the content here for this one, saved it, closed. As you see, the process is the same for the rest of the 6 widgets in this section. Again, you should have 7 in total. Once you have all 7 completed, let's confirm that. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out to the normal size. We're going to go back to the front and see how it looks now. Okay, start our journey. What we believe, view theme features. As you see, it takes you to the different sections. And this is how it looks. These are nice. If you need to use different icons, you can go to the icons here, and then you can take a look at the different icon features or icons they have. What you would do is once you find an icon that you like, you can just right click on it, inspect the element, and just look at the value that it has there. And that's what you would replace. Now we're going to go back to our widgets section. Now for the front page 5, we're going to drag in a text widget. Here we're going to put in a title, our mission, and then we're going to put in some content here. Here we're putting in our emphasis tag, opening and closing, and in there we have our content that you want to display in that section. Then we have a link button on the bottom. Then you can automatically add paragraphs and save. And now we'll close this and we'll jump to the front page 6 area. So for here, we'll drag in a text widget and we're going to put in some text here in the title. The Infinity team, or whatever the name of your team is. And then in the content area, we're going to put in a code snippet. You see it's a paragraph, but this time it also has a class to it of 30. And then inside the paragraph tag, you're putting another small HTML tag here. And then you put in your content. And then you also have the anchor link here. Target equals opening quotation marks underscore blank. This will take it to a new tab within your browser. Then the href equals, and then don't forget your quotation marks. Then the location of the page that you want it to go to. And then here, this one's made by Sidebar. Okay, so we'll just save that. And now for the rest of it, we're going to need to create some featured pages because this is for the team display. So we're going to need to have 8 because we're going to make it look like the demo. If you have more, if you have less, you configure it the way you need for your design. But we're going to keep it the same way as the demo. We're going to put 8 Genesis featured pages into this front page 6. So we're going to go ahead and create those now. So we're going to create the default page first. Go to new page. You see I did it here. Or you can go to pages here and add new. You're going to give the page a name. You name it whatever the name of your team is. But for here we're going to call it the Infinity Team. I'm going to use some lorem ipsum just to add some generic content there. And then I'll scroll down, make sure to click the full width here. And then for custom body class, I'll just type out full. And then I'll scroll up. And then where it says here, default template, under the page attributes, I'm going to select team. And then I'll click on publish. Once we click on publish, we're going to go on to add new. From here, we'll give it a title. We'll give it the name of the team member. So we're going to go give it the name of Paige Stevens. And then in the content area, I'll just put in some random text. And then here, we're going to want to make sure the parent is set to the Infinity Team. This is important because that's what's going to attribute it to the team page. Now what we need to do is we're going to scroll down and then we're going to need to activate the custom field section. So to do that, go to screen options, click on custom fields. Now when you scroll down, you see this section here. So where it says name, I'm going to put in team underscore title. And then for value, I'll put Chief Executive Officer. Okay. So if you want to add a featured image, it does recommend that the featured image be 1280 by 1280. But we're going to skip that part for now. So you can just click on publish. And then we're going to do this several times more. I'm going to speed through this process just to make it go faster because it's just duplicating the whole entire process of putting in the page title for the team member, putting in some content, making sure the parent page is the Infinity Team, and then scrolling down and putting in the team title and then the value for that title. So I'm going to speed through this process now. Just a little fix over here. We do need to add the featured image and the image here. So we're going to add a title. I'm going to show you how to add the team member again. We'll put the title of the name. We'll put Brian Jones. And then here we're just going to add media. Again, it's going to be 1280 by 1280, which is the image size we're going to want. I'm going to drag an image in. You can put the title, the alt text, then insert. And then we'll just do the same thing for here. Put in some text to describe the individual. Title, just using developer, and just make sure it has the Infinity team. Alright, so you see I already created these individuals there. Publish. Okay, so now we have our 8 team members. We go to all pages. I'm going to view the Infinity team there. And now you see it has a brief description, title, and then it has the team members with a link to point to each of their pages that we created. So now we're going to go back to our widgets section. And under here, we're going to use the Genesis featured page. And we're going to use 8 of them. So we'll just drag one there, scroll down. Instead, we're going to go down here and start selecting the individuals that we want to put first. We're going to show the featured image. We're going to want to make it team member 600 by 600. We're going to leave the image alignment set to none. And then we're going to put show page title and then save. And we're going to repeat this process a few more times. You can close this one. Again, no title. But now we're just going to start adding our information. Save. I'm going to speed through this process just to make it go faster. Once we're done, we should have 8 Genesis featured page widgets for each employee or team member, or however many members you have on your team. And then we have this one text widget on top. So once you have that all configured, again, it should be the show featured 600 by 600 show page title. Once you have that all configured, we'll go to the front page and let's see how it looks. Okay, so this is that section. See, when you hover over, it brings up the name and the title of the individual. And you click on it, and it brings you to their associated page. Alright, so that's for the featured page section 6 in the widgets area. Now we're going to move on to the front page 7 widget area. For this area, we're going to take a text widget, drag it here. We're going to give it a title, whatever you want. I'm just going to stick with the demo content title, which is Work With Us. And then here I'll paste in just an emphasis tag, opening and closing, with the basic content inside. And then again, we're going to put in the anchor element with the class of button. Don't forget your opening and closing quotation marks, with the link to where you want it to go, and then the title for that link. Then we'll click on automatically add paragraphs and save. Link to the front. And we're getting there. All right. So obviously for this image, you would probably want a black and white image. I chose a colored image with some color background. So it does matter the type of image you choose. I chose one with color, so it kind of messes up the way the text is displayed. So just choose a black and white for this one if you want. Now let's go back to our widgets. We're going to handle our primary sidebar here. So for the first option, we're going to put in just a regular search field. And then we're going to put in the Genesis eNews Extended. Here we'll put in a title of email, newsletter. And then we'll put in some information here. Sign up to get email updates and to hear what's going on with our company. Now, you do need an email provider for this, so I'm just gonna put in some empty fields for here for now. We'll put in the form action field, just put a hashtag there for now. In another tutorial, I'll show you how to configure this actual plugin, but just to speed this process up, I just want to show you how it would look. And then we would make sure that it has the email address there. And then for the button, we can put join for free. And then click on save. We'll close that up. Then we'll put in a featured post. We'll close that one up. Here we're going to put in from the blog. We can put in a number of posts we wanted to show. Let's put in 3. And then we're going to put the show post title and show post info. And we're going to put in, we're going to leave this in here. Let's remove this one by date. And then we're going to remove this section here. Comments. Delete that. So it should look just like that. By, open bracket, post underscore author underscore posts underscore link, close bracket. Put no content. Leave it read more. We want to show the featured image. We're going to put mini thumbnail, align left. And then we'll click on save. We don't have any blog posts yet, so this is not going to display anything. So that's just setting it up for there for now. So we're going to close this up. And then we're going to put in the simple social icons. So here we'll put in the title of Connect with Us. Or you can put something like Let's Get Social. Let's open the links in a new window. We're going to leave that set to 36, 30, align left. And then you can put in your URLs to your various social media networks here. So here I'll put in Facebook.com. Matter of fact, I think I could just get away with putting in, let's see if this works. Just putting in temporary hashtags for now. Let's see if that will do fine. Put in just a few of these. Click on save. You see these are the various options it has. Now let's go to front. And I think we're going to have to create a post for this. So let's create a post. Blog post 1. Let's add some media. I'll just add this right here. Put some lorem ipsum. Let's just put the featured image there as well. Publish. And then let's see how that looks. Well, first let's see if it took the layout. Update that. View the post. Okay, so now what we have here is the blog post itself with the image, the content, comment section, and then here on the side you have your search bar, your search widget, your email newsletter sign up form, and then this would be showing the 3 different blog posts that are recent. And then again, this is your connect with us social media icons section here. And there's a bunch of them you can add, so that adds that there. Now we're going to add a lead capture page. Create a new page. We're going to give this a title. Just put lead capture page. Name it whatever you need to name it to. I'm going to choose the lead capture template here. And then inside the content area, you can put in some information if you want. Just put in that. If you want to put in an image, put in an image, publish. And then let's go. Well, first let's view the page. It's going to look like a typical page. It's a landing page. But now what I want to do is go to Appearance, Widgets. We're going to take the eNews Extended. And then we would create a new option for this one. We're going to put in the information here. We're going to put in a strong tag. It's a little bit of HTML. Close it. Sign. Close it that way. Sign up for quick access to our exclusive content. And then you're going to close the strong tag. And then just fill out the form action. And again, in another tutorial, I'll go over what these do specifically. But for now, we're just going to put a hashtag for now. Okay, so now if we go to that lead capture page, you see it just has this. We could put an image there if it's like an ebook or some other content or something. Let's refresh it. And then this is where they would put their information and then download the book. Alright, so that shows you how the lead capture page works. Alright, so now we're going to minimize this. We're going to go into the off-screen content. This is going to take another Genesis eNews Extended. We're going to put in here, sign up for updates and tips. Alright. Again, we'll just put in some blank information here. Join for free. Okay, so this is for the off-screen content. Let's take a look at that. And then I'll bring this up right here. Sign up for updates and tips. So whatever you want to put there. First name, last name, email, join for free. Pretty cool. All right, so go back to the back. And then we're going to go back to the widgets area. We're going to work on the footer sections now. So for the first footer, we're going to put in a text widget. And we're going to put in a title of About Us. And then I'm just going to put in some generic content here. Alright, so you see I put in some text. And then I put in the anchor element. Here you put a link to your About Us page. For now, I just put a hashtag there, but in between these quotation marks is where you will put the URL to your About Us page. And then automatically add paragraphs. Click on Save. Then you can minimize this option here. And then for the footer 2, we'll take another Genesis eNews Extended. Give it a title. email newsletter. Put in some text here, sign up for theme updates. And then again, we'll scroll down there. Click on save for that. We'll minimize that one. And then for the 3, we're going to put another featured post. Here we'll put 3. We are going to show the post title, show post info, and again, we're going to remove the post date. We're just going to leave the post author post link. Show content, no content. Scroll down, and then we're going to show the featured image, and then again 75. Alignment left, and then we'll click on save. So that wraps that up. Let's see how that looks now. Go to our front page. I don't believe we'll see it on the front page for the area, but if we go to one of the team members, we should see it here. And again, we only put one blog post, so we only see one blog post there, but we would have 3 of them if we had 3 blog posts. But you see we have the About Us with the link, the email newsletter sign up form, and then the blog post section there. Alright, so that looks pretty well thought out. Let's continue on. We'll go back to the widgets. Gonna work on the after entry. Gonna use this again. Genesis e-news extended. Type out email newsletter. Now the reason why we're using so many of these is important to try to capture people's information when they visit your website. That way you can build up a loyal following. So we'll put on sign up for updates. Sign up and save. Alright, so now we're going to create our blog page. Give it a title, blog. We're going to choose the template of blog. You can put a featured image if you want. We're not going to do that here. We're going to publish. And then we're going to go to our appearance menus. Create our main menu. And we're going to put the blog page first into the header menu, just so we see how that looks. Okay. Where did that go? Let me see. Go back to menus. Actually, we're going to do this in the customize section. We're going to go to menus. We see here. Okay. We're going to add an item. There we go. And then you see it shows up here. I will save and publish. Go back. Go to the front of our site. If we click on that, now it brings up our blog. Alright, so the more blog posts we have, they'll be featured down below. Alright, so now let's move on to the next step. Let's now create our landing page. So click on new page. Just title it landing page. Landing pages are good just to give you a distraction-free page if you want to have somebody focus just on the content that's being presented to them. Maybe it's to, take a certain type of action, or it's a call to action or something. So you create your landing page, put in an image if you want. We'll just put in this image right there. Let's say we'll just put in large for now. Then we'll just put in some generic content. We'll choose landing and publish. Okay, so let's view. And now we have a very simple page with no header, no footer, just the content being presented. Again, this is, a very specific purpose type of page. Would be beneficial if you want to give like a call to action for someone to do something. Alright, so now we're going to add on the footer menus. We're going to create some links just to our social sites. Click on footer menu. We'll actually unclick that for now. We're going to create, save. Sorry about that. I'm going to create a new menu. Title it footer menu. Create new. Put in footer menu. Save. Alright, so now we'll go to customize. We go to menus. Good. We're going to add item. And then we're going to add in a custom link. So we're going to say, just put facebook.com. Add. And now I'm just going to put in a hashtag here just to make it go fast. Twitter. Add. Scroll down, you see it's starting to show up here. Alright, so now we'll put in another hashtag. You'll put the actual URL to your social media website in that URL section. Add. And then save and publish. And now you see it down there. Okay, this one we're gonna fix a little bit right here. Okay, so it looks like we have almost everything done. You can add more links to the header section here. They could be for a homepage, contact us form, things of that nature. You're gonna want to have those filled out. Some other ways you can extend this is obviously for search engine optimization. You would want to add in the Yoast SEO plugin, and then it'll give you some more locations for you to add some SEO metadata in the back end. Or you can just use the, let me show you here. If we go to the blog post, edit post, the built-in SEO settings, you put in the document title, meta description, keywords, and if you want to put in this information here as well. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up this installation of the Infinity Pro child theme for the Genesis framework. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. It is a feature-rich, responsive child theme for the Genesis framework, and if you remember from the beginning, it's $130 with the framework and with the child theme. But if you want, I do often run specials, so take a look at my website, and I have a master license for the Genesis framework and all the child themes by StudioPress, which means that I can install it on unlimited websites, and I have all the themes that are featured by Genesis. So if you see something you like, go to my website and, fill out the form, let us know what you want, and then I'll be more than happy to help you set that theme up with the plugins that I also include, which are for security, for backup solutions, things of that nature. I'll fully customize your website. And again, I'm always running promotions, so take a look at my website for the latest promos to see what's out there. But we have this theme fully filled out. Hopefully you found this episode helpful. I showed you how to create the front page, how to create the blog page, how to create the team pages, how to add these little features here, things of that nature. So if you enjoyed this episode, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, because we have other tutorials coming up soon on other child themes for the Genesis framework, and tutorials on how to manage your WordPress powered website to ensure that it's configured properly and secure and well optimized. Again, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.